Hello everyone, my name is Robin and welcome to the first video in the Numbers series. Alright, now we're going to talk about English numbers today, and if you already know about English numbers, that's okay, because this video is an excellent review. If you don't know about English numbers, it's time to learn. Alright, so let's take a look. The first one here, 0. And if you notice next to 0, it has another name, O. Now, a lot of native speakers say 0, but more native speakers will just say O, okay? So this is very confusing to Korean students, because when I say 0, when I say it as O, many of my students hear O, and they don't think of this number, they think of this number, 5. Because in Korean, O means 5, okay? So you got to be very careful. In English, O means 0, okay? Let's move on to the next numbers. They're a little bit easier. Listen to my pronunciation of each number. Okay, so the first one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, and don't forget 0 and O. Okay, let's move on to the next set of numbers. Okay, let's continue on with our numbers. I have the next set here, 11 until 20. All right, so 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Now, as you can see, I put the red line here on these ones because these are the teens, okay? 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. All right? So you got to be very careful with the teens because look at this, 20. Teen and T sound very similar, so it can be confusing. So this has to be teen and T. So 19 and 20. Okay, there's one more problem I want to talk about. That is 12 and 20. A lot of my students confuse the numbers 12 and 20. Be very careful. This is 12, 12, and this is 20. Don't confuse those numbers, please. All right, let's go through the pronunciation one more time. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Okay, let's move on to some bigger numbers. Okay, so let's continue with the numbers from 20 to 100. We've already studied 20. Well, what comes after 20? 21. And we can see how I spell it. 20. And we have to put this. This is a hyphen. 1. 21. And after 21, 22. Again with the hyphen. And after 22, 23. 24. 25. 26. 27, 28, 29, 30. And then it continues again, 31, 32, 33, all the way to 40. And then 41, 42. It continues this until 100. Okay, so let's just focus on the tens right now. Now the first two, we already know. We know 10 and 20. Now let's take a look at these. So of course, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay, this is 100, but it can also be pronounced 100. Okay, both are okay. I want to talk about 40 again. Now, the spelling of 40, a lot of my students see the 4. So when they spell 40, they spell it F-O-U-R-T-Y. This is wrong. Okay, you have to spell it F-O-R-T-Y. That's 40. All right, so that's the numbers from 20 to 100. Let's do some extra pronunciation practice right now. All right, I know you need extra practice with these numbers. Okay, these numbers are difficult and confusing because they sound very similar. And a lot of my students have problems pronouncing these numbers correctly, and it makes me confused sometimes. All right, and I have one story. A few years ago, I made an appointment, or actually a date, with a girl. And we were supposed to meet at 5:50. That's what she told me. Let's meet at 5:50. So I went to the meeting place at 5:50, but she wasn't there. Okay, so I waited and waited. She never came. And then the next time I saw her, I said to her, why didn't you show up? I was waiting at 5:50. And she said, yeah, I was waiting there too, but you never came. And I was very confused. Well, it turns out that she said 5:15, but it sounded to me like 5:50. Okay, so we were both confused of the time. Well, she was there at 5:15. I was there at 5:50, and we never met. Okay, so it's very important to get the numbers right and don't confuse them. So let's review. Of course, these are the teens. So this is 13, and this is 30, 13, 30, 14, 40, 15, 50, 16, 60, 17, 70, 18, 80, 19, 90. Okay? Make sure you get those right and pronounce them correctly so you don't have confusion like me. All right. Before we go, we are going to do a listening test with numbers. So you should get a pen and some paper and listen carefully. I'm going to say the number. You should write down the number. Good luck. All right. So for this test, you should have some paper or something just to write down what you hear. So I'm going to say a number, and you should think of that number or write that number down. All right, let's start. Number 1, the first number is 7. 7. Okay, that's easy. You should have this. Number 2, 13. 13. Okay, so it's 13. Number 3, 75. 75. Okay, so that's a big number, 75. Number 4, 20. 20. Okay, you should write this, 20. And number 5, 19. 19. Okay, looks like this. And number 6, 66. 66. Okay, so this is 66. Number 7, 33. 33. Okay, you should write 33. Number 8, 90. 90. Okay, so this is 90. Number 9, 12. 12. Okay, so you should write 12. And the last one, listen carefully, 21. 21. All right, so you should write 21. I hope you did well on the listening test, okay? So these are the basic numbers from 1 to 100. You have to know how to say these numbers. You should know how to write these numbers. And I hope this video helps you, but of course this video is not enough. You have to do self-study and practice these numbers a lot to make sure you know them well. All right, well anyway, that's it for this video. See you next time. Okay, hello everyone. We already practiced the numbers 1 to 100. All right, those are the basic numbers. We're getting into some more difficult numbers, bigger numbers. Don't be scared. I will try to explain it as simple as possible. Please listen carefully and good luck. Here we go. So I wrote the numbers here, and let's start with the first three. We already know the first three, 1, 10, 100. Okay, so that's the easy part. Now it's going to get a little more confusing. So I will try to make it simple. Let's look at the next number here. This is 1,000. Okay, so we have three zeros. That is 1,000. And every 3 zeros, we usually use a comma. So 1, comma, 3 numbers, 3 zeros, 1,000. So 3 zeros is 1,000. Let's move on to the next number. We have the 3 zeros again, 1,000. We know that's 1,000. What's this number? 10. 10,000. 1,000, 10,000. Let's move to the next. Okay, we know this is 1,000. 100,000. Okay, so 1,000, 10,000, 100,000. Let's move on to a really big number. Now the 3 zeros here I underlined with blue because that's 1,000. But if you look here, these are red because they're not 1,000 anymore. We have 3 zeros and 3 zeros. This is now 1,000,000. So if you see 6 zeros, that's 1,000,000. So we have 1,000,000. Okay, let's move down. 10 million. All right. So don't be confused. Let's go through this again. 1, 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, 1,000,000, and 10 million. Okay, I know it's difficult. It takes a lot of practice. So let's go do some practice right now. Okay, so I have 7 numbers here for us to practice how to say them. So let's take a look. The first one, very easy. We have the 2 zeros here. This is simply 500. Okay, let's move to number 2. Now number 2, we can see we have the 3 zeros here. And I told you that means 1,000. So this is 7,000. Okay. Number 3. Again, we have 3 zeros here. 15,000. 7,000, 15,000. Let's look at the next one. 3 zeros. We know this is 1,000. This is 25,000. All right, let's go to a bigger number. Lots of zeros here. Okay, so we know this is 1,000. And we have more zeros here, but it's not 3 zeros. So this is just 1,000 and this is 200. Okay, 200,000. Let's go to a bigger number. Now, we have 3 zeros, 3 zeros. So this is no longer 1,000. This is now million. 7 million. Okay. Let's go to a bigger number. 3 zeros, 3 zeros, 18 million. Okay, so one more time. 500, 7,000, 15,000, 25,000, 200,000, 7 million, 18 million. Do you understand? I hope so. Let's try a test right now. All right, so for the test, you should have maybe a pen and a paper that will help you. There's 10 questions. Okay, so I'm going to say a number. You have to think of that number and write down that number. So number 1, 15,000. 15,000. Okay, so you should have written 15,000. All right, number 2, 800. 800. Okay, so you should write 800. Number 3, 75,000. 75,000. Okay, so it looks like this, 75,000. Number 4, 6 million. 6 million. Okay, so you should write it like this with 6 zeros. And number 5, 600,000. 600,000. Okay, so 600,000 looks like this. Number 6, 3,000. 3,000. Okay, so this is 3,000. Number 7, 19,000. 19,000. Okay, so this is 19,000. Number 8, 66,000. 66,000. Okay, it looks like this. Number 9, 500,000. 500,000. Okay, it looks like this. And the last one, number 10, 25 million. 25 million. All right, that's a big number. It looks like this. Whew, I know that was a difficult test. I hope you did well. I know big numbers are very difficult to say and understand. It takes a lot of practice. Now, I hope this video helps you, but again, you need a lot of self-study to truly master these numbers. All right, see you next video. This video is very, very difficult. This is advanced numbers, okay? It's very difficult to understand. It's very difficult to express these numbers. We're going to talk about very big numbers and how to say them, all right? Try not to be scared. I will try to teach you as simple as possible. But again, this video is meant to help you. You have to do a lot of self-study to truly master these numbers. Okay, let's start with the hundreds here. Now, we already know this number. You should be able to say this number by now, 100. But let's look at the next. Okay, now this is 101. Now, listen to what I said, 101. Do you hear the and? Okay, now that's actually British style. When British people say numbers, they use an and. So 101. But American style is different. They don't say and. Okay, so 101. American style is 101. No and. Okay, so British style again, 101. American style, 101. Now, which style should you use? Doesn't matter. Both are okay. Everyone will understand you if you use British style or American style. British style doesn't sound strange. American style doesn't sound strange. I come from Canada, so sometimes I use British style, sometimes I use American style. So keep that in mind. Probably when you're listening to me, sometimes I use the and, sometimes I don't. Okay. So 101 or 101. Let's look at the next number, okay? 150 or 150, okay? So we know this is 50, 150. Let's look at the next number. That's 1. That's 51. 151 or 151. All right, let's look at the next number. We know this is 2. We know this is 92. This is 792 or 792. All right, and the last number here, well, we know that's 9. That's 99. That's 999 or 999. All right, so these are the hundreds. Let's move to bigger numbers, the thousands. Are you ready for some bigger numbers? I'm sorry, but it's going to start to get really difficult, okay? So let's take a look here. Listen carefully. Our next number, we know this is 1,000. So this is 1001, okay? 1001. If you want to use British style, 1001, okay? Again, doesn't matter. So 1001, let's move up. So we know this is 100, and we know this is 1,100. 1,100. Okay, now let's move to the third number here. A little more confusing. We got lots of numbers. Okay, don't be so scared. We know that's 4. We know that's 24. We know that's 324. And then we got the 1,000. So 7,324. 7,324. Let's move on to the next number. 555. 555. 10,555. Okay, let's move on. 424. 324. 17,324. Let's move on. Bigger number here. 666. 666. 152,666. Okay, let's review these numbers again. 1,001, 1,100, 7,324, 10,555, 17,324, 152,666. Okay, you ready for some more? Let's go to some even bigger numbers. You're still watching this video? That's too bad, because I have something very scary to show you. All right, so here are some very, very big numbers, and let's try to say them. The first one, all right, we have 3 and 3. So we know this is million. So this is going to be 6,000,008. Okay, very simple. That's an 8. 6,000,008. Let's move on to the next one. All right, so if we take, we also know this is million, but if we just start here, how much is that? Well, that's 500,000. So how much is that? Well, that's 5,500,000. All right, let's get to a very big and confusing number, even confusing to me, but let's try it together. Again, we have 3 and 3. We know this is million. We know this is 13 million. But we have to say all these numbers. Okay, so let's start slow. That's 2, 32, 432. Well, that's a 0, but that's, well, we're going into, oh, it's getting very confusing now. This would be 20,432, 620,432, 13,620,432. 13,620,432. Big number. Let's move on. I'm scared myself. All right, again, we have 3 and 3. I know this is million. I know this is a 24 million. What are all these numbers? 2, 32, 432, 8,432, 48,432, 548,432, and our final number, 24,548,432. Final number, 24,548,432. The last one here, a really, really big number. Okay, so again, 7, 47, 947, 2,947, 32,947, 432,947, and what's this? Well, again, this is 3, 3, this is a million. So this is 125,432,947. So this is 125,432,947. Okay, do you understand all these numbers? If you do, that's great. But before we do a test, we're going to do a little extra practice. Okay, so let's just review a little bit. I have 5 numbers here just for a quick review before the test. Okay, so the first one, how much is this? Well, we 444, 444. And again, we can use the and, 444. That's possible. The next number, okay, we know 3 zeros or 3 numbers here. This is 1,000, so 8,942. The next number, okay, lots of numbers. We know it's 1,000, 55,543. Bigger number, lots of 7s, but don't be scared of all these 7s. So again, it's just 1,000. So 277,777. 277,777. All right, and let's go to the millions. 3, 3. I know this is a million because it has 2 commas. So 3,320,321. All right. So if you can understand how to say these 5, you're ready for the test. So we're going to start the test. You should prepare some paper and a pen. I'm going to say the numbers, and you should write down the numbers. All right? So let's start the test. Good luck. Number 1, 666. 666. All right, so you should write this, 666. Number 2, 3,212. 3,212. Okay, so you should write this. The next number, number 3. 6,432. 6,432. All right, so you should write this. Number 4, getting bigger. 12,814. 12,814. All right, so it looks like this. Number 5. 22,432. 22,432. Okay, looks like this. Number 6. 79,521. 79,521. All right, looks like this. Number 7. 432,987. 432,987. Okay, looks like this. Number 8. 2,343,982. 2,343,982. Oh, very big number. Okay, it looks like this. Number 9. 54,543,987. 54,543,987. Okay, so that looks like this. Number 10, the last one. Okay, the last one's very difficult. Sorry. Okay, listen carefully. 11,111,111. 11,111,111. Okay, so that looks like this. Got it. Oh, this was a very difficult video. Oh. Well, that's English numbers. Those are the advanced numbers. I hope you did well on the test. I know it was a very difficult test, and it takes a long, long time to master the numbers you saw today. All right. Takes a lot of self-study, a lot of practice, but never give up. You can do it. I believe in you. Well, that's it for this video. See you next time. Hello everyone. This is an advanced numbers video. I'm going to teach how to express some advanced numbers. Let's take a look. All right, we know this is expressed 900. And let's go to the next one. Now, I taught you before this is expressed 1,000. Okay, now 1,000 is the best way to express it, but it is possible to express it 1,000. Okay, next one, 1,100. That's the best way. But some people will say 1,100, 1,200, 1,300, 1,400, 2,000, 2,100, 9,900. Okay, this is only 10,100. Okay, This can be 9900, but when you're getting into bigger numbers, you have to stop saying 100 and change to thousands, okay? So you can say 100 between these numbers, all right? So from 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, all the way up to 1000, 2000, up until 9999. So you can see this number is already past that number. So the hundreds stop. All right, this is a little bit confusing, I know. Let's do a little bit of practice. Okay, so I wrote a few more examples to help you understand how to express these numbers using 100. All right, so again, this is our range. We can only say 100 with these numbers. So the first one, the best way is 1700, but you can express it 1700. Next one, 1701 or 1701. 7500, 7521, 9212, and the last one. Okay, the last one is outside. Okay, it's continuing. It's too big. We have to use 1000. So this has to be 11,100. Okay, you can't say 11100. Okay, it has to be 11,100. All right, I hope this helps you understand a little better how to express in hundreds. But as your teacher, I prefer if you say 1,700 to use it that way. But I have to teach you the other way because somebody might say to you 1,700, so you should be able to understand. All right, so that's it. See you next video. Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to talk about ordinal numbers. Now, ordinal numbers are different than cardinal numbers. Of course, cardinal numbers are numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ordinal numbers are different. Ordinal numbers are used for expressing things like rank, first, second, third place in a contest, or they're used to express anniversaries. For example, this is my 3rd wedding anniversary. And it's also used commonly in the calendar for dates. For example, June 1st, June 2nd, okay? So this is where we use ordinal numbers. So in this video, I'm going to teach you how to write ordinal numbers and also pronounce them correctly, okay? So we're going to look at the first 10. I have the first 10 here. So let's go through them very quickly. This is first. And if you notice, the last 2 letters I underline in blue, okay? The last 2 letters are very important. So if you see first, the last 2 letters are ST. So when we want to write an ordinal number, we have number 1. We must use the last 2 letters. The last 2 letters are ST. So this is our ordinal number. We should write ST. Okay, so this first, and now we write it like this, first. And the ST is usually up, okay? Let's move on to second. Second, we see that is ND. So the last 2 letters of second, ND, 2, we have to put ND, all right? So now this is second. First, second, third. The last 2 letters, RD. So we have to go over here, RD. Third. Fourth, TH, TH. Fifth, 5, and again, TH. Sixth, TH. 7th, TH. 8th, th, ninth, th, 10th, th. Okay, so you can see most of them use the th. Just the first, second, third, SD, ND, RD. You have to be very careful. All right, look at these numbers over here. I wrote some numbers circled in red. 3 and th. 3 and th. Threeth, threeth. Okay, this is a common mistake. This is obviously wrong because 3 only has RD. You have to use these two letters. This is impossible, okay? So threeth, impossible. Next one, second, again, that is impossible because sixth must have th. So this is impossible. And the last one, ninth, well, ninth must have th. So these are impossible. So you have to be very careful writing these numbers. They must use the last two letters. Okay, let's worry about pronunciation right now. Pronunciation can be a little bit difficult also. So let's go through the list and you should watch me and listen carefully. So, first, second, third, fourth. Okay, when I say fourth, look at my tongue. My tongue comes out. Fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th. Okay, so the th, your tongue should be coming out. Let's do the th again. Fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th. Okay, so these are the first 10. You should know these. Let's move on to some bigger numbers. All right, let's continue with our ordinal numbers. The next after 10th is 11th. We see the th and the th goes there, 11th. And the next one, 12th, th. And the next one, I did not write the next ones here, but I will say them, so listen carefully. So 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th. All right, let's look at 20th, okay? So it's 20. 20 has a Y, but you can see they take out the Y, they put in an I-E-T-H. This is 20th, and we would write it with the TH, 20 with the TH, 20th. All right, so with the pronunciation, 20th, 20th. After 20th, 21st. Okay, 21st. And we would write 21 with the ST. This is 21st. And again, I did not write the next ones here, but listen carefully. So 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th. And again, like 20th, 30th, no Y, just I-E-T-H. 30th, 30th, 30th. All right? And I also want to talk about the pronunciation of 12th. 12th is very difficult to pronounce. If you look at it here, you see that F. And many students try to pronounce it with the F. 12. Okay, that's very difficult. But what is actually more common, even with native speakers, is we don't pronounce the F. We just skip it. So, for example, if we cut that F, imagine it is not there. 12. Okay, that's a little bit easier. You can just say 12th, 12th, okay? So again, 12th, 20th, okay? Be sure to pronounce those correctly. Let's move on to some bigger numbers. Okay, so I am sorry because I cannot write every ordinal number, okay? I cannot explain every number. So you're going to have to practice guessing what is the ordinal number. And I put some numbers here, and we're going to guess whether they use ST, ND, RD, or TH, okay? We only have 4 choices. The first number is 56. So if we want to change that to an ordinal number, we have to choose one of these, okay? So 56, well, we know 6 is TH, sixth, and it's going to be the same, 56th. So we're going to write a TH there. Let's move on to the next number. 91, well, what's the ordinal number? 91th? No. This is going to be like 21st and 31st. This is going to be 91st. All right, the next one is 100. So we have to choose one of these. 100th, 100, 100, 100th. Okay, it's going to be the TH. 100th, 100th. All right, and the next number, 101, 101. Well, this is like 91st. This is first again, first. So it's going to be 101st, 101st. All right, and the last one, 1000. We have to choose, well, 100th, 1000th. Okay, it's going to be the same. All right. So again, I'm sorry I can't teach every number. You're going to have to learn how to guess correctly. We're going to do a quick test right now. So what I want you to do in the test is just write down or think about what the correct ordinal number is. Again, just write in the ordinal number. Number 1, it is September 20th. It is September 20th. All right, so you should have written 20th. Number 2, Seoul National University is ranked first. Seoul National University is ranked first. All right, so you should have written first. Number 3, we live in the 21st century. We live in the 21st century. Okay, so you should write 21st. Number 4, I was born on March 17th. I was born on March 17th. Okay, you should write 17th. And number 5, we are celebrating our 12th wedding anniversary. We are celebrating our 12th wedding anniversary. Okay, so you should have written 12th. Okay, I hope you did well on that little test. Okay. Now, ordinal numbers are important. Again, they're used for ranking, and they're used for the calendar, and also anniversaries. Also, sometimes you see book volumes use ordinal numbers. Okay, so you should know ordinal numbers. Now, it takes a lot of practice and self-study to truly master ordinal numbers. I hope this video helped you understand them a little bit better. And, well, that's it. See you next time. Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to talk about fractions. Okay. Now, fractions are a little bit difficult to express in English. So I hope this video will help you understand how to express them in English. Okay. So I wrote a few fractions here. Of course, this is not all the possible fractions. This is just a few to help you understand how to express fractions. Okay, so these are fractions. And it doesn't matter, the line is this way or this way. All right, so I'm going to go through the first one here. And this is probably the most common fraction. Okay, so we express this as 1/2 or a half. Okay, so as I said, it's very common, half. The next one is 1/3. 1/3. All right, do you remember the ordinal numbers we studied in the previous video? The ordinal numbers are first, second, third. Well, you have to use those here. So this is 1/3, no, 1/3. So a half, 1/3, and the next one is also very common. It's a very common fraction. 1/4, no, it has a special name. If you see this, this is 1/4 or a quarter. Okay, so a half, 1/3, a quarter. The next line. Now, we have 1/3 and you see 2/3. Well, 1 is single, it's only 1, but 2 is plural. So we don't say 2/3, we have to say 2/3. Okay, we have to add an S at the end. So 1/3, 2/3. All right, and let's go on to the next one. So 2/5. 2/5. All right. The next line, I'm starting with 3, and oh, we have the 4. So this is 1/4. This is 3/4. Okay. This has an S. This has no S because it's singular. 1/4, 3/4. Okay. What's this? 3/7. Okay. They're very difficult to pronounce. I know. Takes a lot of practice. 3/7. All right. The last line. What's this? 5/6. Okay. This is very difficult to pronounce. 5/6. And the last one. Okay. Sometimes fractions are expressed with a whole number. So we would say 2 and 9/10. Okay, 2 and 9/10. So you would have to put an and in there. All right. So I hope this helps you understand how to express fractions. Let's do a little bit more practice with our listening. All right, so here's a couple of example sentences. The first one, 4/5 of Canadians speak English. 4/5 of Canadians speak English. All right, let's look at number 2. 1/3 of Korean men smoke. 1/3 of Korean men smoke. All right, number 3. I went to a quarter of my English classes. I went to a quarter of my English classes. And the last example. My shoe size is 10.5. My shoe size is 10.5. All right, so that's fractions. I know it's a little confusing and difficult, but I'm sure with some self-study and practice, you'll know it very well. Okay? See you next video. Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to talk about speed. Okay? Now there's 2 ways to express speed. There's the metric system. Now the metric system, That's what we use in Korea and what I use in Canada. But there's also the imperial system. The imperial system you might see in the USA or even England, okay? But first, let's look at the metric system. All right, so I'm just going to focus on kmh. And kmh, of course, is kilometers per hour. Kilometers per hour. Notice I emphasize the S, okay? You always have to express the S. Kilometers. Kilometers. Kilometers per hour. All right? So I just have two examples here because it's quite easy. What is this speed? Well, 6 kilometers per hour. Okay, there is no S here, but you always have to say the S. 6 kilometers per hour. And the next speed, 125 kilometers per hour. Okay, let's say it a little faster. 6 kilometers per hour. 125 kilometers per hour. Okay, can you hear the S? 6 kilometers per hour. Okay, it's very difficult, but it's there. 6 kilometers per hour. 6 kilometers per hour. 125 kilometers per hour. All right, so I've been using the pronunciation of kilometers, but some people might say kilometers. Okay, so both pronunciations are acceptable, kilometers and kilometers, but more common is kilometers. Okay, so let's look at a few example sentences. All right, I have 3 examples here. The first one, the speed limit is 100 kilometers per hour. The speed limit is 100 kilometers per hour. The second example, the KTX travels 300 kilometers per hour. The KTX travels 300 kilometers per hour. And the last example, the average walking speed is 5 kilometers per hour. The average walking speed is 5 kilometers per hour. Okay, let's talk about the imperial system. Again, the imperial system is commonly used in America, and you might see it in England too. They're going to use mph. Now, mph, of course, miles per hour. Again, we have to say miles per hour. Miles per hour. And 1 mile per hour is equal to about 1.6 kilometers per hour. Okay? So again, this is the imperial system, this is the metric system. Little bit different, okay? So let's practice expressing these two. The first one, 10 miles per hour. I'll say it a little faster. 10 miles per hour. 10 miles per hour. Okay, again, there's the S, 10 miles per hour. And the next one, 201 miles per hour. 201 miles per hour. Be sure to have that S. Okay, that's one of the most common mistakes my students make. They say mile per hour, 10 mile per hour. Okay, you have to have that S. 10 miles per hour, 201 miles per hour. All right, let's look at a few examples using miles per hour. The first one, the car was going 100 miles per hour. The car was going 100 miles per hour. Okay, the second example. The airplane travels 600 miles per hour. The airplane travels 600 miles per hour. And the last example. The speed of sound is 761 miles per hour. The speed of sound is 761 miles per hour. All right, so we learned the metric system using kilometers per hour, and we learned the imperial system using miles per hour. So again, depends where you are in the world. Some countries, actually most countries, use the metric system these days, but probably, certainly if you're in the USA, they're still using the imperial system. All right, so that's it. I hope you learned how to express speed, and see you next time. Hello everyone, in this video we are going to talk about height, okay, and how to express it in English. Now there are two systems to express height. The first system is the metric system used in Korea, also Canada, where I'm from. And the other system is the imperial system used especially in America. But sometimes we also use it in Canada. So it's good. You should know the metric system, of course, but you should know a little bit of the imperial system in case you need to use it. All right. Now, first, we're going to talk about the metric system. So take a look. And I have two questions here. So let's just look at the first one. First one is asking, how tall are you? How tall are you? Okay. So I put my height. So I'm 183 centimeters tall. So listen again. I'm 183 centimeters tall. I'm 183 centimeters tall. Centimeters tall. Okay, there's no S here, but when you're reading this, you're saying your height, you have to use the plural centimeters. Centimeters. Okay? I'm 183 centimeters tall. Don't say I'm 183 centimeter tall. 183 centimeters tall. Okay? Got it? You understand? All right, let's look at the next question. Okay, both questions are asking the same thing about height. What's your height? What's your height? Well, my height is, again, 183 centimeters. Centimeters. Remember the S? 183 centimeters. So that's one way to express it. But I also have an example using meters. So my height is 1.83 meters. So if you're using centimeters or meters, both of them need the S. Okay? So one more time, I'll say it really fast. How tall are you? How tall are you? I'm 183 centimeters tall. I'm 183 centimeters tall. What's your height? What's your height? My height is 183 centimeters. My height is 1.83 meters. Okay, so let's look at a few more examples. All right, let's start with the first example. He is 175 centimeters tall. He is 175 centimeters tall. The next example. The 63-floor building is 249 meters high. Okay, we use tall for people, but for buildings, we would probably use high. So the 63-floor building is 249 meters high. The last example. The height of Mount Everest is 8,848 meters. The height of Mount Everest is 8,848 meters. All right, let's look at the imperial system now. The imperial system is a little more confusing, so you should listen carefully. I have the same question. How tall are you? But the answer is expressed very differently. So how tall are you? This is 6 feet tall. I'm 6 feet tall. All right, so in the metric system, I'm 183 centimeters tall. Well, in the imperial system, I would express that I'm 6 feet tall. So let's take a look at the imperial system. They use inches and feet, okay? So 1 inch is equal to 2.54 centimeters, and 1 foot is equal to 30.48 centimeters. All right, so look at this, 1 foot. They say 1 foot. 2 foot? No. 1 foot, 2 feet, 3 feet. I am 6 feet. Okay, so the singular is foot for 1, but the plural is feet. All right. So they're going to show their height like this. And how do we read this? Well, this is 5 feet. The first number is feet. 5 feet. They're going to put this 7 inches. Okay, so this person is 5 feet 7 inches. Now, if you look at mine, I'm 6 feet 0 inches. Okay, but this is the inch place. So 5 feet 7 inches, and they write it like this. Okay, let's look at a few more examples of the imperial system. All right, so here's the first example. The Empire State Building rises to 1,250 feet. The Empire State Building rises to 1,250 feet. The next example, my mom is 5 feet 2 inches tall. My mom is 5 feet 2 inches tall. The last example, the basketball player is 7 feet 2 inches tall. The basketball player is 7 feet 2 inches tall. All right, so now we know how to express height in the metric system and the imperial system, okay? Again, probably in Korea, we're just going to use the metric system. But if you're talking to an American, they might only understand the imperial system, okay? So you should know how to express your height in both ways. So again, I'm 183 centimeters tall, or my height is 183 centimeters, but I could also express that I'm 6 feet tall. All right, that's height, and see you next time. Hello everyone, in this video we are going to talk about a very sensitive topic, weight, or how much you weigh, all right? Again, there's two systems. There's the metric system using kilograms, and there's the imperial system that they will use in the USA using pounds. But first, let's look at the metric system using kilograms. Okay, so there's two questions again. The most common questions to ask someone about their weight. So let's look at the first question. The first question, how much do you weigh? How much do you weigh? Now notice I don't put weight, okay? Weigh is a verb and weight is a noun. This question we have to use weigh. How much do you weigh? And your answer, I weigh 75 kilograms. Okay, that's my weight. I weigh 75 kilograms. Now listen, I say 75 kilograms. Kilograms. Don't forget the S at the end. Kilograms. I weigh 75 kilograms. Let's look at this answer. I weigh 75 kilograms. Okay, you see this X? That means it's wrong, okay? Never say I weight. This is wrong. It's I weigh. I weigh. I weigh 75 kilograms. Okay, so this is wrong. Do not say this. Let's move on to the next question. What's your weight? Okay, now it's using the noun form. What's your weight? My weight is 75 kilograms. Okay? Again, my weigh is 75 kilograms. X again, don't use that. What's your weight? My weight is 75 kilograms. Don't use this. Okay, it's a little bit confusing, especially the weigh and the weight. Takes a lot of practice. Okay, I'm going to say these again really fast, so listen carefully. How much do you weigh? I weigh 75 kilograms. How much do you weigh? I weigh 75 kilograms. What's your weight? My weight is 75 kilograms. What's your weight? My weight is 75 kilograms. Okay, let's look at a few example sentences. All right, the first example sentence, I gained 15 kilograms over the summer. I gained 15 kilograms over the summer. The next one, I'm fat. I weigh 100 kilograms. I'm fat. I weigh 100 kilograms. And the last one, I need to lose 40 kilograms. I need to lose 40 kilograms. Okay, let's talk about the imperial system now. So remember, the metric system uses kilograms and grams. The imperial system, it's going to use ounces and pounds. Okay, so let's take a look. Here's my question again. How much do you weigh? And before I said I weigh 75 kilograms. Well, in the imperial system, I weigh 165 pounds. This means pounds. Okay, so let's take a look at the two systems. So again, we use in the metric grams, they're going to use ounce. So 1 ounce is about 28 grams, okay? And 1 pound is about 0.45 kilograms, okay? So these are not exact numbers, it's just around, okay? Now, how to write 1 pound? This is 1 pound, okay? This is not a 1, this is actually an L, LB, 1 LB. That means 1 pound. Now, pound starts with P. So why do they write LB? Well, LB is actually from Old Latin. It comes from a Latin term, libra pondo. But we don't worry about the Latin term. That's very old. But still, these days we use LB. That just means pound. So 1 pound. 2, okay, this is single, 1. Now we got 2 pounds. We usually write the S, LBS. 1 pound, 2 pounds. For the ounces, 1 OZ, okay, 1 OZ, 1 ounce. 1 ounce, 2 ounce, OZ. It's always OZ. Sometimes you're going to see 1 FLOZ. Now the FL means fluid. Fluid is like a liquid, like water. Fluid, ounce. And you're always going to see this on stuff like perfume or cologne. If you check your perfume or cologne at home, I'm sure you're going to see this. You're not going to see the 1. It's going to be a bigger number, but you're going to see the FLOZ. All right, so that's the imperial system. It's an older system. It's a little more complicated and confusing. All right, but my weight in the imperial system is 165 pounds. Let's take a look at a few more examples of how to express weight in the imperial system. All right, the first example, a baby weighs 9 pounds at birth. A baby weighs 9 pounds at birth. The next example, the fattest cat in the world weighs 40 pounds. The fattest cat in the world weighs 40 pounds. The last example, his weight is 100 pounds. His weight is 100 pounds. How much do you weigh? Okay, that's a very serious and private question. Okay, so if you don't want to answer that question, maybe you should say no comment. But anyway, we learned how to express weight in the metric system. I weigh 75 kilograms. And the imperial system, I weigh 165 pounds. Of course, the metric system is easier than the imperial system to know and study, but you should be familiar with both systems. All right, so that's it, and I'll see you next video. Oh, it's sure hot in this studio. It sounds like a good time to talk about temperature. So that's what we're going to do in this video. We're going to talk about how to express temperature in English. Now you should know there's two systems. There's the American system. They use Fahrenheit. And of course, there's the system we use in Korea and I use in Canada, Celsius. Okay, we're going to talk about the Fahrenheit system later, but first, let's focus on Celsius. So look at the board, and I'm going to start with this question. What's the temperature? What's the temperature outside? You should begin your answer with it's. Okay, what's the temperature? It's. And I have many ways to express the temperature. Let's start up here. So what's the temperature? It's. This symbol means plus. Okay, plus. This means it is above 0 degrees. Okay, it's warm. It's plus 20 degrees. Okay, this symbol always means degrees. Celsius. 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 Okay, it's very difficult to say. Celsius. Celsius is spelled with a capital C, a big C. Be careful here. Many people write a C. This is an S, okay? So what's the temperature? It's plus 20 degrees Celsius, okay? That's a good way to express the temperature. Now, the plus, some people say plus, but you don't have to say plus, okay? You can just say, what's the temperature? It's 20 degrees Celsius. It means the same thing. Let's move down here, the next one. What's the temperature? It's 20 degrees centigrade. Centigrade, what is that? Well, Celsius and centigrade, these are the same temperatures, okay? Just centigrade is the old English style, okay? So actually, I don't want you to say centigrade. I want you to only use Celsius. But I'm teaching you because you might hear centigrade. Some older people might say centigrade. Okay, so you hear centigrade, but you speak only Celsius. All right, let's move to the next one. What's the temperature? It's 20 degrees C. It's 20 degrees C. Okay, some people are going to shorten Celsius to just C. It's 20 degrees C. And actually, more common, we can shorten that more and cut that. And this is the most common way to express the temperature. What's the temperature? It's 20 degrees. Okay, so when people say it's 20 degrees, I know it's Celsius and I know it's plus. Okay, this one, what's the temperature? It's 20 above. 20 above. Okay, so 0 degrees and 20 above. 20 degrees above 0. So what's the temperature? It's 20 above. This, they're all the same temperature. Okay. 0 degrees, freezing. We're getting cold. Let's go down here. What's the temperature? It's 20 below. Okay, so this is above 0, and this is below 0 degrees. So 0 going down cold, it's 20 below. Very cold. Let's move to the last one. What's the temperature? This symbol is minus. This is plus. This is minus. Minus is very scary because it's freezing. It's cold. It's minus 20 degrees Celsius. If you told me that it's minus 20 degrees Celsius outside, I do not want to go outside. That's very cold. So what's the temperature? It's 20 degrees. What's the temperature? It's minus 20 degrees. Okay, those are the best ways to express it. All right, so I hope you understand how to express Celsius. Let's look at a few more examples. All right, the first example. The temperature outside is 15 degrees Celsius. The temperature outside is 15 degrees Celsius. The next example. Water freezes at 0 degrees C. Water freezes at 0 degrees C. And the last example. It's cold outside. It's about 3 degrees below 0. It's cold outside. It's about 3 degrees below 0. All right, now we're going to talk about what they use in America, in the USA. They don't use Celsius, they use Fahrenheit, okay? So same question, what's the temperature? What's the temperature outside? It's 68 degrees, that's the same, F. Instead of C, they're going to use an F. And that's 68 degrees. This is the spelling. Oh, it's very difficult to spell, even for me. Fahrenheit, okay? We pronounce that Fahrenheit. So 20 degrees Celsius is the same as 68 degrees Fahrenheit, okay? And you should also know the freezing temperature, 0 degrees Celsius is the same as 32 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, so if you go to the USA and you're watching TV, all the weather, everything, they're always using Fahrenheit, and it can be very confusing. So I would say try to remember this so you can kind of guess how hot it is. All right, let's look at a few examples of Fahrenheit. The first example, a human's body temperature is usually 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. A human's body temperature is usually 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. The second example. Room temperature is about 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Room temperature is about 70 degrees Fahrenheit. And the last example. Water freezes at 32 degrees. Water freezes at 32 degrees. All right, so there you go. There's the Celsius system and the Fahrenheit system. They're very, very different, and they can be very confusing. All right, so if you're going to the USA, you should try to learn the Fahrenheit system. Anyway, I hope you understood what I was trying to teach you today. That's it. See you next time. Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to talk about Roman numerals. So Roman numerals are letters that mean numbers. Roman numerals are not so common, but you can see them every day, okay? So especially on a clock or a watch, they often use Roman numerals. On book volumes and chapters of books, they use Roman numerals a lot of the time. The Olympics usually express the year in Roman numerals. Okay, so you will see Roman numerals, so you should know at least the first 10. Okay, now let's take a look here. I wrote the first 10, and you can see the first one, I. Now, I is written like this, and this means 1. And the second one is I, 2. The third one, I, 3. So 1, 2, and 3, those are the easiest ones, okay? After that, it gets a little more difficult. So 1, 2, 3, and the next one is 4. And it looks like this, IV. Now, what is V? Well, quickly, let's go to 5, and you can see V is 5. All right, V is 5. So let's go back. V, we know this is 5, and I. So I is 1. So I is 1 before 5, and that's 4. Okay, so one number before 5 is 4, and then 5. Let's go to the next side, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, if you notice, I wrote them a little bit different. And let's go down here first. Now, you can write the Roman numeral 2 styles. One style is with a line at the top and the bottom. And another style, there's no line, okay? This and this mean the same thing. So this is 1, and this is 1. You can see that again with 5. So you can write it with the lines at the top and the V, or no lines, just V. Again, they mean the same thing. So this side, I wrote the lines. This side, I didn't write the lines. It doesn't matter. All right, so let's continue. This was 4, this was 5, 6. Now 6, V and I. So V we know is 5. I we know is 1, so 5 and 1 is 6. So you notice IV, 1 before 5, 4, VI, 6, VII, 7, VIII, 8. So 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, and then it gets complicated again. IX is 9. Okay, so X is 10, okay? So like 4, 1 before 5 is 4. One number before 10 is 9. IX, that means 9. And of course, 10 is X. All right, let's move on to some bigger Roman numerals. Now, I told you X is 10. Now, X and I, so 10 and 1, that's 11. XII, that's 12, all right? So up until 12 are the most common Roman numerals because those are the ones on the clock, 1 to 12. So you should really know 1 to 12, okay? Now the next ones are not so common, okay? You rarely see them. But let's continue anyways. So after 12, we're going to jump to 20. And 20 is XX. So 10, 10. 10, 10 means 20. XXV. We know V is 5. XXV, 25. Okay, let's jump more. XX is 20. XXX, 30. And then the next one, XL. XL is 40. Well, what is L? L is 50. So X is 10. Again, 10 before 50. So 10 before 50 is 40. So this means 40. 10 before 50. L is 50. LI, 51. 51. XCI, C is 90. Well, what is C? C is 100. So X is 10 before 100. So 10 before 100 is 90. And of course, C, 100. Okay, so again, these ones are not so common, so you don't have to worry about this so much. But anyway, let's continue to some bigger Roman numerals. Okay, so here are some bigger Roman numerals. Now we know C is 100. Let's go to this one, CD. CD is 400. Well, what is D? D is 500. So CD means 100 before 500. So that is 400. 500. M. M is the last letter we use in Roman numerals. M is 1000. Okay. MD. Well, D is 500. M is 1000. So 1500. MD. And the last one here, really big number, MDCCC. Okay, so 1,000, 500, and 100, 200, 300. The total here is 1,800. Okay, so that's Roman numerals. Let's do a little more practice. Okay, let's do a little practice together. I know it's difficult. So let's take a look at these letters. LXV, what is that, LXV? Well, we know L is 50. Oh, but it's followed by X. So 50 and X is 10. So 50 plus 10 is 60. And V, what is V? V is 5. So 50 plus 10 is 60 plus V is 5. So this is going to be 65. All right, the next one. XXIX. Well, we know X is 10, and XX, 10, 10, 20, and 1. 21, X. Oh, this is confusing. First, we have to look at these. Okay, what is this number? IX. Well, IX is 9. 1 before X is 9. So XX is 20 and 9. So 29. CV. Well, C, what's C? That's 100. And what's V? That's 5. So 100 plus 5. CV, 105. Next one, CCD. CCD. Well, C is 100. And CC, that's 200. And what was D? D was 500. So CCD, that's 200 before 500. 200 before 500, that must be 300. Okay, but CCD, I tricked you. CCD is impossible. 300 can only be CCC. All right. CCD, that is impossible. That is wrong. You can only write 300 as CCD or CCC. You cannot write it CCD. All right, the last one. MMXII. M, 1000. M, 1000. 2 M's, 2000. X, 10. II, 12. So this is going to be 2000. We know that. X, II, that's 12. Oops, put them together. That is a year, 2012. It is written MMXII. All right, so that's Roman numerals. Again, you only need to know probably 1 to 12. Those are the most common. Probably you'll never have to worry about these Roman numerals in your life, okay? But this is just for fun, so you know. All right, that's it. See you next time. Hello everyone, in this video we are going to talk about how to express your phone number, all right? So here's the question, what's your phone number? What's your phone number? Very important question. And the first number I wrote here is very big, okay? It has many parts. So let's look at the first part. The first part here is called your country code, okay? So the country code of Korea is 82. So if someone is calling from another country, they have to put your country code 82. In Canada and USA, the country code is 1. The next is the area code. Now in Korea, I don't think there's an area code 57, but the Seoul has an area code of 02, and I think Busan, the area code of Busan is 51. So if you're calling to a specific city, you should put the area code, all right? And then the number. So to express numbers, you just say the number. So this is 8257253621. Okay, very simple to express a number. Let's look at a mobile phone number. This is 017. I don't want you to call real phone numbers. So this is just example phone numbers. So we would express 017. 017. Now if you remember 0, we can also express as O. So 017 or 017. Both are okay. And again, you have to be very careful with O because O sounds like 5 in Korean. All right, so if someone says O, don't write down 5, write down 0. Okay, so 017-3442-4666. Okay, that's the phone number. 017-3442-4666. Okay, now there's an easier way that a native speaker would express this number. If you look here, there are 2 4s, okay? So a native speaker, well, they might say 3442, that's fine. But another way, 3, and we would say double 4, because there's 2 4s, that's double. So 3, double 4, 2. Okay, so that's another way to express that number. And if you look over here, 4666, that's fine to express the number that way. But if you see 3 6s, that's triple. So you could say 4,666. Okay, so what's your phone number? 017-3442-4666. 017-3442-4666. Okay, that's another way to express that number. Let's move on to the last one. The last one is a nightmare because it has 5 and O. Many 5s and O to get confused. Don't get confused. So this number 017 5050 0550, okay? 017 50 50 0550. All right, so if you don't want to be confused, you could say 017 50 50 0550. So again, you can say O or 0. All right, so that's how to express a phone number. Let's do a little test, a little listening test right now. I want you to listen to some phone numbers. Okay, so there's 4 numbers here I'm going to ask you. The first one, listen carefully. 017 5634 7454. 017 5634 7454. Okay, it should look like this. Number 2. 017 1657 4565. 017 1657 4565. Okay, it should look like this. Number 3. 017 5005 0050. 017 5005 0050. Okay, it should look like this. And the last number, 017 2233 5551. 017 2233 5551. Okay, that one was difficult. It should look like this. Okay, so that's how you express phone numbers. Okay, again, if you want to know someone's phone number, you just ask the question, what's your phone number? And if someone asks you for your phone number, you just answer, it's, and then you say the numbers. All right, so that's it for phone numbers. Before I go, I'd like to tell you my phone number, so you can call me any time of the day or night to ask me English questions. So my phone number is 01047. Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to talk about numbers, more specifically things like apartment numbers, bus numbers, and flight numbers. Okay, we express these numbers differently in English. Let's take a look. So the first is apartment, your apartment number. So this could be your apartment number or house number or villa number. Bus number, taxi number, subway number, flight number. Okay, so these kinds of things, we express the numbers differently. Let's take a look. The first one, okay, it's just two numbers. We always want to look at the last two numbers. So we would say apartment number 12. That one is easy. Apartment number 12. Let's move on to the next one. All right, so we want to look at the last two numbers. The last two numbers is 21. Okay, so we would express this as 121. All right, so this could be apartment number 121. It could be bus number 121. It could be flight number 121. Now, it's also possible to say 121. Okay, bus number 121. That's okay, but you should learn just to say 121. Okay, that's very fast and more common. The next one, okay, let's look at the last two numbers, 12. 12. So we would express apartment number 1212. Bus number 1212. You can also say number 1212, but 1212 is more common. The next number, okay, the last two are 00, so we can't say 0. We're going to just say it all. We're going to say this as, for example, bus number 1200. Okay, bus number 1200. The next one, the last two numbers, 56. So let's say flight number 456. Flight number 456. Again, you could also say flight number 456. That's okay. The next one, the last two, 67. So let's say bus number 4567. Bus number 4567. Or you could also say 4567. The last two numbers are 0, 7. So we could also say, instead of 0, more commonly we're going to say 07. So if I said apartment number 4007. 4007. Okay, and the last number, let's say bus number 52, bus number 1652. Okay, takes a lot of practice to learn how to express these numbers. Let's take a little quick test right now and see how you can do. All right, there's only 4 questions here. Number 1, I live in apartment 632. I live in apartment 632. Number 2, we need to take bus number 3333. We need to take bus number 3333. Number 3, my flight number is 1709. My flight number is 1709. And number 4, the last one. Let's meet at the subway station number 465. Let's meet at the subway station number 465. Okay, I hope you did well on the small little test. Again, it takes a lot of practice to be familiar saying these kind of numbers, all right? There's so many different ways to say these numbers. So I hope you learned something in this video. Anyway, I'll see you next video. Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to talk about how to express ratios in English. It's quite easy. Let's take a look. I have 2 examples here. The first example is about my party. I had a party. These are my guests, 100 guests. 75 of my guests were men, 25 of my guests were women. So what's the ratio? Well, here it is. So how would I express the ratio? Well, the simple way is just to say 3 to 1. 3 to 1. The colon here, we always say 2. 3 to 1. But let's make a complete and full sentence. So I would say the ratio of men to women at my party was 3 to 1. The ratio of men to women at my party was 3 to 1. All right, let's move on to the next example, talking about buttons. I got 3 red buttons, 2 blue buttons, 6 black buttons. Okay, what's the ratio of buttons? Okay, we're going to use 3 numbers, and simply you would say 3 to 2 to 6. That's the ratio of buttons. 3 to 2 to 6. Okay, easy. Let's take a look at a few more examples. All right, let's look at the first ratio example. The ratio of boys to girls in China is 110 to 100. The ratio of boys to girls in China is 110 to 100. The next example. There are 2 apples and 3 oranges. The ratio is 2 to 3. There are 2 apples and 3 oranges. The ratio is 2 to 3. And the last example. The ratio of children, teenagers, and adults is 7 to 3 to 1. The ratio of children, teenagers, and adults is 7 to 3 to 1. Okay, so I hope you have a better understanding of how to express ratios in English. Before we end this video, I just want to talk about expressing scores, okay, in a game. So here is a soccer game between Korea and Japan, and Korea wins. They have 2 goals, and Japan only has 1 goal. So what's the score? You would just say the same, 2-1. 2-1. All right? That's easy. So that's how you would express a score. All right, so that's it for our ratios, and see you next video. Hello again. In this video, we're going to learn how to express decimal numbers in English. And I'll tell you, it's quite easy. Let's look. Now here is the decimal point. Don't call it period. Don't call it dot. It's a point. It's called the decimal point. So we would express this number as 1.1. Easy. The next number. Okay, we could actually express this number 2 ways. 1.12, or 1.12. Okay. The next number, 400.1. Easy. The next number starts with a 0. Again, there's 2 ways to express this. You could say 0.02, or another common way, because it starts with a 0, we just start with the point. So some people say 0.02. Okay? Now remember, 0 can also be called O. So you could say 0.02. The next number here. Okay, we have more numbers. So 6.033 or 6.033. Okay. Okay, let's move down to the last 2 numbers here. We have 10.1 and 10.9. Now 10.1 is very close to 10. Okay, so if we change 10.1, just change it to only 10, that's called round down. Okay, round down. So the closer, 10.1 is very close to 10. So we take away the 0.1 and just have 10, round down. 10.9 is close, very close to 11. So we change 10.9 to 11. That situation is called round up. Okay, so changing 10.9 to 11, round up. 10.1 to 10, round down. All right? So I hope you understand how to use the decimal point, and I hope you understand round up and round down. Let's take a look at a few examples. All right, the first example, there are 2.2 grams of fat in this food. There are 2.2 grams of fat in this food. The next example, I got 99.9 out of 100 points on the test. I got 99.9 out of 100 points on the test. And the last example, my brother is 150.5 centimeters tall. My brother is 150.5 centimeters tall. All right, I hope you have a better understanding of how to use the decimal point. Before we go, I'm going to talk about the other points that we might see in English. Now up here, we have a point here, but we don't say point, okay? Here it's going to be dot, okay? We use dot for the internet, okay? So if you're using an email, it's .com or www.gogoteacher.com. Okay, so on the internet, we always say dot. So robin@gogoteacher.com. Now here is a sentence, and we have another point, okay? In the sentence, this is called a period, okay? This is a dot, this is a period. Okay, so we call that a period. And looking at money, okay, we're going to study money in another video, but quickly, if we were reading this money, we wouldn't say dot and we wouldn't say point. Actually, in money, we say $1 and 21 cents. So in money, don't say $1.21. It's very strange. This is $1 and 21 cents. All right, and also, in Korean you say jom, but in English, this point is called a mole, okay? So you have dot, period, and mole. They all have different names. Be careful, don't say the wrong name. All right, I hope this video helps you. See you next time. Okay, in this video, we are going to talk about how to express percentages in English. And I'm going to tell you it is very, very easy. So this is going to be a short video. Let's take a look. Okay, so here are some example numbers. And this is called the percent sign. Okay, so that's called the percent sign. And we read the first number as 1%. Okay, very easy, 1%. The next number, 100%. 100%. Let's put a decimal point there. So this is 1.1%. 1.1%. The next number, 101%. Okay. And the last example, 62% of 12 is equal to 7.44. 62% of 12 is equal 7.44. All right. So that's how you express percent. Let's look at a few example sentences. All right, the first example, I got 65% on my test. I got 65% on my test. The next example, I lost 2% of my body fat. I lost 2% of my body fat. And the last example, I agree 100%. I agree 100%. Okay, so you saw some examples of how to use percent. I'm sure you're already a master on how to use percent. It's very easy. Until next video, see you. Hello everyone, in this video we are going to talk about expressing American money, okay? So if you travel to America or other countries, you need to know how to express American money or dollars or cents, okay? Now let's take a look at the kinds of money they have. They have, of course, coins and bills. First, let's talk about the coins. Now they have 4 coins, all right? And this is how much the coins are worth. So let's talk about how to express this in English first. So how much is this? And how much is this? Well, this and this, they're the same amount, okay? This is 1 cent, and this is also 1 cent, okay? That's the smallest amount of American money, 1 cent, all right? So their coin, they have a 1 cent coin, and the 1 cent coin is called a penny, okay? The 1 cent coin, a penny. Let's move on. This is 5 cents. Again, this and this, same amount of money, 5 cents, 5 cents, 5 cents. They have a 5-cent coin. The 5-cent coin is called a nickel. A nickel, okay? The next coin, this is 10 cents. Again, 10 cents, 10 cents. We can write it both ways. They have a 10-cent coin. It's called a dime. A dime, all right? And the last coin is 25 cents. 25 cents, 25 cents. And they call the 25-cent coin a quarter. A quarter, all right? Now, to get to $1, you need 100 cents. Okay, 100 cents makes $1. So if you have 4 quarters, you have $1. If you have 10 dimes, that's the same as $1. If you have 20 nickels, that's the same as $1. And how many 1-cent pennies do you need? How many pennies? Well, you need 100 pennies to make $1. Okay? Let's move on to the bills. Okay, so they use 6 main bills. Okay, the $1 bill, the $5 bill, the $10 bill, the $20 bill, the $50 bill, and the $100 bill. Again, the bills, that's the paper money. They have 6 main ones. All right, so that is the coins, that is the bills. Let's do some practice on how to express the money. Okay, so to express American money, let's look at these numbers first. Okay, we'll start off easy. Now, of course, this is $1, $1, and we should use dollar, $1. But let's move on to 10. $10. $10. You can hear this S now. Okay, you have to be very careful with the plural S. It's very important. So we have $1, but $2, $3, $10. Okay, make sure you have the S. It's so important. All right, never say $10. Okay, that sounds very strange and stupid. Okay, it's $10. $10. Make sure you have that S. So $10, $100, $1,000, $10,000, $100,000, $1 million. So one more time, $1, $10, $100, $1,000, $10,000, $100,000, $1 million. Okay, let's move on to some more difficult use of American money. All right, so these examples are a little more difficult, but it helps us understand how to express American money. All right, let's look at the first number. Of course, this is $6. $6. And the second one is the same. Okay, don't be confused by this. This is $6. Actually, this means $6 and there's no cents. So you could write $6 like this, or you could write $6 like this. It means the same. All right, let's move on. Now we have cents. Now it gets difficult. Listen carefully. So I'm going to read this number as $6 and 31 cents. Okay, don't say point, don't say dot. We're going to use and. $6 and 31 cents. All right. Now, there's another way to express this money, a quicker way. So, as I said, $6 and 31 cents. But the quicker way, an American might say just $6.31. How much is it? $6.31. Okay, So you got to be careful. There's actually two ways, $6.31 or the quick way, $6.31. All right, let's look at the next one. How much is it? $9.99. $9.99. And of course, the quick way, $9.99. $9.99. All right, let's move on. $22.50. $22.50. And the quick way, $22.50. $22.50. All right, bigger number here. $117.32. $117.32. Or the quick way, $117.32. All right, and the last amount, very big number. There's no quick way for this number. All right, it's a lot of money. $1,230,687.16. $1,230,687.16. Okay, that's how we express American money. Let's see how you will do on the test. Okay, so we're gonna try a quick test. Take out a pen and paper, and I'm gonna say American money, and you should write down what you hear. All right, question number 1, $7. $7. Okay, it should look like this. Question 2, $120. $120. Okay, looks like this. Question 3, $75,000. $75,000. Okay, like this. Question 4, $134,300. $134,300. Should look like this. Question 5, $1,900,000. $1,900,000. Question 6, 34 cents. 34 cents. Okay, looks like this. Question 7, $23.67. $23.67. Okay, it looks like this. Question 8, $547.50. $547.50. Okay, like this. Question 9, $12,800.34. $12,800.34. Okay, it looks like this. Question 10, $1,111,111.11. $1,111,111.11. Wow, big number, very difficult. How did you do on the test? I hope you did well. I know it's difficult to listen to American money, but you must know it, okay? It's very important to hear the right amount of money. All right, we have this question again. Okay, we did this with the Korean money and how to express it in Korean money. We're going to do it again, but we're going to express in American money, okay? So how much is it? And it's about, what's the American money price. Same items. Let's look at the pen. How much is a pen? Well, a pen is about $1. Okay, so it's about $1. And the second one, soju again. I'm going to Family Mart. I buy the bottle of soju. How much is it? Well, it's about $1.25. It's about $1.25. Or it's about $1.25. Okay, the Galaxy Note. Yeah, very expensive mobile phone. How much is it? Well, it's about $800 to $900. Okay, it's about $800 or $900. The Kia Morning, the car, how much is it? Well, it's about $14,000. It's about $14,000. And the Gangnam apartment, how much is it? Okay, very expensive. The Gangnam apartment, maybe that's around $1 million. Okay, very expensive, a lot of money. It's about $1 million. All right, I hope you have a good understanding of American money and how to express it in English. Be careful not to make a mistake with American money. You don't want to make anyone angry. All right, that's it for this video. See you next time.